How do you write about someone whose shadow no living writer can ever escape? And on top of that, how do you write about someone whom so many have already written about? Cassandra was worried that her voice in a conversation about Morrison really didn't matter. So when Juda proposed a group project inspired by Morrison's work over lunch, Cassandra bit into her tomato and mozzarella sandwich and said to herself, "Oh, hell no." To Juda, she made a list of problems with the project. Collaboration means more work and not less, more writing and not less, more struggle, splintering, and conflict and certainly not less. Who ever heard of a book written start to finish by 4 people? And what about all of Morrison's possessive fans? You know, the ones who write her odes and letters and search for virgins to sacrifice to her. What if they come for us? Juda, forever the optimist, just kept chirping about how easily it could be done. "No book is easy," Cassandra said. "Even Morrison says it takes her 3 years to write one." Cassandra should have just said no, or at least told the truth that she was scared of this project. But she is not good at naked vulnerability. So instead, she said the kindest, or perhaps the most devious, thing she could think of to get out of it. "I'll do it if Winnie says yes." Juda knew exactly what she was up to. They both knew that Piper would say yes because she says yes to whiny students and lazy colleagues and anyone short of a hitchhiker with a butcher knife. Winnie, on the other hand, is always discerning and a little suspicious. She would be a much harder sell. Cassandra was confident that Winnie would act as a hitman, killing the project before it even got started, leaving Cassandra without blame. Ripping through the next bite of her sandwich, a piece of tomato halfway in and halfway out, she was already anticipating her miscalculation. Holding a finger to stop time, she swallowed and then added, "But only if I get to write about Beloved. You can assign the others whatever they want, but nobody takes Beloved from me." With Cassandra's provisional acceptance, Juda went to Winnie and Piper, telling them he had a solid commitment from Cassandra. That was all they needed to hear. They were in, and they were excited. At one group meeting, Cassandra suggested calling this book "Who's Afraid of Toni Morrison?" We thought it was a clever way of thinking about Morrison's place in the culture, a famous writer who writes about a topic many white people don't want to read about: Black people. But in Cassandra's mind, it wasn't just a clever title. It was a real question, and she was the answer. She funneled her anxiety into seemingly practical questions for us. Now, how is this supposed to work? And what is the form of this thing? And am I supposed to say I did this and that, using first person, or is there some other voice? Finally, Juda, fearful that Cassandra might scare the bejesus out of Winnie and Piper, announced that we had talked enough. It was time to go write chapters based on our conversation. Once we had drafts, we could figure out what we wanted the voice of the book to sound like, how personal, how literary, how we could function as one voice and many at the same time. Even though she had fought to write about Beloved, a book she had taught too many times to count, she couldn't do it with her children asleep in the next room. Cassandra had fought hard to have these children. She conceived the first one on her 5th attempt at in vitro fertilization, and the second had been a frozen embryo from that same procedure. Without knowing it, these children, who couldn't even read yet, had changed everything about Beloved for her.